And it
can change. Yeah.
oh yeah.
Hi, we're live.
We
We're
love.
here. We can just stop chatting now and actually talk to our audience. Hi, Anna. Lovely to see you again, and everyone who's joining us. I hope
Really
that
good.
we've got over 50 people registered to come and join us, so we'll give them a minute. And yeah, I hope that a lot of people can come who signed up to join us. Otherwise, you can watch the replay. So today's topic is, hi Anna, do you want to say hello to everyone first? Welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, as I usually say, and to you, Anna, it's lovely to have you here again for our meaningful conversations.
You did it well. You can do it for me from now on, because you did it well. You brought on that excitement of the time that we got together, and for that, I think we can just kick off from here with the topic that I know you are really passionate about, and this is your work, your life, your passion, your purpose. And I would love to hear more from you from now on. And let's not waste any minute of people time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to keep it. Someone asked me, how long will it be? I've got, a time restriction. I said 20 to 30 minutes. So we are keeping it to finish by 2 p.m. So yeah, it's not going to be taking up too much time for people.
Yeah.
And the topic for today, excuse me if I cough, I have had a bit of flu. The topic for today is talking about how we have a vision for that life. We would love that 10 out of 10 life, and how to calibrate it to make sure that we are actually focusing on specifics that we would love, because many of us don't actually focus on specifics because we either think we don't know how, or we think that we can't achieve it because of some outside condition, situation, or circumstance that we don't have. And so we often tend not to be really specific about that wonderful 10 out of 10 life that we would love, because we're too scared to, in case we don't get it. And so we're going to talk about how to calibrate it. And also we're going to talk about the second thing is to test it. Once you do have this really specific, detailed, calibrated, written vision for the life you would love, the 10 out of 10 life, then how to test and make sure it's actually right for you. It's actually right for you to put your life and soul energy and time and emotions into, because the universe will never mislead you. It will always tell you if you're not meant to be doing that particular, you're not meant to have that life.
I'm all ears, Karen. I'm ready to listen to how you do it, and willing to insert if I can share part of what I do as well. And first of all, I would not think that your time dedicated to this is taking people time, because people can have a choice to listen to or watching it or not. And me personally, I appreciate this time with you. I'm really looking forward to this conversation with you every 2 weeks, because I've learned so much, and then you bring the best out of me. And I know anyone who is lucky in having that close connection with you, working with you, they would experience the same. You know how to bring the best out of people because of the way you show respect and that humility. Like I don't meet many people who are truly humble like you, as in the position of leader. And I think that is what makes you so attractive. I know in the circle of business that we hung out with, I haven't met them all yet who are working with you. However, I can see the tremendous amount of respect that people have for you, and love. Love and respect are the things that we are working for, isn't it? That is how our human basic needs. And it seems like you get it. Like you got it. You got it. You earn it. You earn it somehow in the crowd that we're hanging out. And in awe. I don't know what Karen has done in the, whatever that she done and how she interact with people. I want to pick your brains. I want to get a bit more of that. And so I truly appreciate the time that we have together. Yeah. So
Oh,
now
thank you.
you, how do you calibrate the dream, and how people calibrate that to make sure that the
Oh,
dream is right for each of them?
thank you, Anna. You're really kind. And it's just to go back just for a minute before I answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
It's so true that in every relationship, and including our special partner, life partner relationship, there's two
Mm-hmm.
things that are really, really the most important to have a good relationship, and that is love and respect. And I was just talking with one of my friends about that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what we said. All we want really is love and respect. And love is huge. Love is something that, there's a book called What Would Love Say? We say that everything is actually, every human action is either a cry for love or an act of love. And so on that matter, let me talk to you. That was just an aside. No matter how unskillful, by the way, every human action, everything that we do with each other, every interaction is either an act of love or a cry for love. And even if it's, no matter how unskillful it is. And when you can take that perspective and look at what other people are doing when they're interacting with you, and you say, okay, well, is that a cry for love or is it an act of love? And it's
So
a
simple.
really great perception to have, to be more
So
tolerant
simple.
of other people, of other people's perhaps behavior that might be hurtful to you. So let's talk on that note.
That in itself a nugget for life, Karen's. You can just look at people, that way they behave with you.
Mm,
You
mm,
know that they are either the act of love or
mm,
the cry for love. And then
mm.
you know how to interact in that conversation, in that interaction with the person. That really simplify life,
It
isn't it?
does. And when you can look at it from that perspective, it gives us a huge tolerance for other people,
Mm,
and helps to take away some of the pain sometimes that we might feel. So
definitely.
let's talk about first how you don't get, this is a double negative, you don't get to not create a life. So at least make up a possible life that you would love, something that you would love to experience, be, do, or have. So make it up. That's what we talk about being your vision for a possible life that you don't have right now, but you would love to be living. And there are many, many people who've worked on this, and Henry David Thoreau is one of them. And there's a famous quote, which is, I've told you before, I'm not going to read it right now, but I can come back to it if we have time, which he wrote in his Walden essay, which is meant to be the code, a secret code for success in life. And we can come back to it. And it talks about having that vision and living it as if it's already happened. So you don't get to not create a life. What we all do is we create a life either by default or by design. And so when we design a vision, we design a written document of how we want that life to be. If we were living our 10 out of 10 life in all the areas, and Anna, you can talk to those areas, and you have a lot of experience in that, and we'll come back to that, in all the areas that we create our results in, because we do. Life doesn't happen to us. Life happens through us. And so the four main areas, are our health and well-being, our relationships and loved ones, our business, career or vocation, and fourth, our time and money freedom. And so we're creating a life with all of those areas. And of course, there's our spirituality, which is intermingled around and through and between them all. And we do it by our thoughts, by our thinking, by even our emotions. I did a post on LinkedIn recently that is all about that, an article. And so you don't get to not create a life. So why not design the life you would love? And there are 5 questions that will guide you then once you're specific. And calibrating your vision means you've got to be specific about this ideal life you would love. Most people, when they start doing this work, they say things like, so I'm giving you an example of what I mean. Most people think and say things like, oh, I would like to have, for example, we might say, I would like to have enough money to be comfortable, to be able to take some holidays, bring up my children well, send my children to whatever school, or to a good school. Now, all of those things are very unspecific. Make enough money is what's enough? Anna, your enough is different to my enough, is different to anyone else's enough on this listening to us. So when we talk about calibrating, we're talking about going through that written vision of what your life would be like and making sure that every single thing that you've put in there that you have said you want is specific and in detail. Right down to describing the home you would love to be living, what it looks like, what your kitchen looks like, what color it is, what your house looks like, where it is, which suburb, what your view is from the kitchen window. All those kinds of things are specificity. And, you know, if you go back to The Secret, there was John Azarate, and he said he wrote out years later, he moved into a home and he found his vision up in a box of his old stuff, and it described in detail the exact home he had moved into. And that is how it can work if you use these principles and this technology. So that's what I mean by calibrating, is being really specific. I want to make this much, have this much income coming in every month or every week or once a year. Not, I want enough to pay my bills each month, because there's a hugely different energy between the two things. If you say, oh, I want to have enough coming in to be able to save $20,000 a month, right? Extra. So it's about being really, really specific. That's what calibrating your vision is. You write it out as if it's already happened. You don't worry about the how. You don't worry about the outside conditions that you don't think you have to make it possible. You simply go through and ask yourself, if I could live that 10 out of 10 life that I would love, what would I love in my life in those 4 areas? So that is calibrating your vision. And you write it with a pen and paper.
I like so many points in what you just shared, like the vision that someone found in the box he created and he wrote down in details many years ago, later on become reality. I really love that, because it's exactly like the example, perfect example of what you said before. Everything happened in the mind before it become reality. Everything happened twice in the universe, and it started with your mind. Yeah. So when the mind have to think about the picture, project that into the future, say 10 years, 20 years, or to the end of life, what do you want to see happen? That kind of projection is scary for a lot of people, including myself. And I grew up, didn't learn from school how to do that for my life. Right? We go through 12 years of school. I don't remember being taught how to design my life. And through university, I wasn't taught how to design my life. I did biology, so we're all learning about the biology, dissect and, all these cells and blah, blah, blah. And then I did economics, which is finance and banking. So we didn't learn about how to design my life. I learned how to work for the bank. And then later on, I changed jobs so many times. I still didn't know how to design my life. I just kind of have a feeling that I want to be promoted. I want to make a better living. I want to get a better job. I want to move to a better places. I just have that inkling, but didn't really know what lies involved. until, like you said, we need to write it down, be specific, but specific in what? Only in the last 5 years that I approached the body of knowledge that allow me to know, oh, life involve these areas. Very first thing I've learned is the circle of life. And I said, oh my God, it's so simple. Why wasn't I taught this? Life seems so complicated without that knowledge. The
Mm.
knowledge that actually, whatever you do in life, there's only 4, 5 major area to take care of.
Mm.
So when you say specific, straight away it brought back the memory of me realizing, oh my God, I have 4 different areas to take care of, not just my job. I
Yeah.
have relationship in my life. I have my health. I have my inner peace, my spiritual life. And I have finance and career as a part of my life. So before that, it was just about making money, how to make money, how to,
Mm.
how to
How
be
to
promoted,
survive.
how to advance in
Yeah.
in my career. And that is just only one aspect. And even in career, I didn't realize how relationship would either enhance or really demolish my career life if I don't know how to build relationship, if I don't know how to communicate, how to lead my communication, how to lead my life, how to change my attitude to improve the relationship with myself, with my husband, with my family, with my college, with my upper, then my life can be ruined in one day. I can lose my job if I don't know how to build relationship. And it's just wonderful. I just finished the book called The Bull's Eye by, what is the author? Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy.
Oh,
It's
great.
just a wonderful book. He talked a lot about principle of success in bottom line kind of way. I love it. I love bottom lines. I would rather skip all the stories and go straight to the bottom lines lesson because it's quick and easy. I want give me the bottom line lesson. But some people like story because story stick in the mind and people get this the lesson. But I love the lesson that straight and direct in that book. And at the end of the book, he put a formula: quality of relationship multiply quality of relationship equal your quality of life.
Mm. Yeah.
That
Great.
can be one way for me to measure my vision, my success in the future. Like how many wonderful quality relationship I have built in my life throughout my journey. And that can define my quality of life, And then straight
Yeah.
away I look back in the, circle of my control. My core quality is with my family, my closest family. Is it high quality yet? Whatever I do I have the quality relationship with my husband, with my daughter, with my family, with my core people, and then my college, and then people I work with? Yeah, so for me it's simple like that. Quality of life equal how many people respect and love that I can
Mm.
share and give.
Mm.
And then from there, it give me good health as well. It give me peace of mind. And from quality relationship, opportunities come. Chance for you to be promoted, chance for you to get amazing opportunity in life is higher when you have higher quality of life. So those are the
Yeah.
things I thought, you trigger that in my mind. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna. And I just want to address a couple of the things you've said. First of all, that vision that you create, make sure it's specific, make sure it's specific enough. You want your dream or your vision to be something that really matters to you, that is really in harmony with your own soul's purpose, because your life force will never lie to you. So you want to allow your dream to build you, not just you build the dream. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to take 10 years or 20 years or a lifetime. So what we suggest is that we put it 3 years or maybe 5 years out, and we date it when we write it, that date from now, 3 years from now, because that will keep the negative dialogue part of you. I've got a friend who calls it the itty shitty bitty committee. If you're watching this, you'll know who you are. It'll keep that little committee quiet from thinking and bringing up the thoughts oh, well, you haven't done it so far, so how do you think you can do it if you've got some big dreams that are different to where
Mhm.
you are now? So you
Mhm.
put it 3 or so years out, but it doesn't even have to take that long. Because like you said, Anna, when you decide that you want a new job or you want to move to another place, rather than having that thought, oh, I'd like to, I think I want to, that's not a real commitment. When you go, I'm doing it, I am going for a new job, or I am moving to a new place, your actions are completely different to when you've got that thought just going on in your head, oh, I think I'd like to live somewhere else, or I'd like a different job. So it's all about having a thought, creating that fear, having the thoughts which are around your vision of your life, creating the feelings and emotions that come from that, and then taking action. And that brings you the reality. That's the grounding energy that brings you the reality, your personal reality. So let's look at this. You're going to trade your life to build something. You are creating a life anyway. So you'll either build it out of default or you will build it out of design. And the ability for you to create your dreams is innate in everyone, it's everywhere present. But your access to that and your awareness of that is what changes. And when you learn and understand how it really works, this technology and these principles we're talking about. So I love this quote: no wind is favorable to the sailor who has no destination in mind. So that's really explaining the impact of having that clear destination. So if we want to, we haven't got long left. So if we want to do the testing that then, so you make the specific written vision, and it's important to write it with pen and paper because it activates a different part of our brain and a different energy. Then there's a 5-question test. So I want to run through those quickly before we finish, if that's okay, Anna.
Yep, sure.
And
Lovely.
that's about testing that your vision, your dream is right for you. Because like I said, your soul, your life force will never lie to you. Your own soul's purpose is that you do have a soul purpose. So first question, does your dream, that vision of that, what you would love to have in your life, that 10 out of 10 life, does it give you life? Do you feel amplified aliveness when you imaginally step inside that dream? Number 2, write this down, people who are listening. Does your dream align with your core values? Because your real dream and your soul purpose will never ask you to be out of alignment or to mute or to mitigate your true values. Number 3, is your dream going to require excuse me, going to require that you grow in some way? Number 4, do you need help from a higher power? In other words, do you know every single thing that needs to be done to bring about your dream? If you do know every single thing that needs to be done, guess what? Your dream isn't big enough. It's just a worthy goal. So that's a really important point to think about. And number 5, is there some good in your dream, your vision, for others? Super important. So that's the 5 test question. And if you can answer yes to all of those, then you know that your vision is right for you.
In here, Karen, I see what stop people from having that clarity written down vision is most people, including myself, up to 40 something. I didn't know what core value I live by. I needed help to get that clarity. So I thank God I got that clarity now. That make the goal easier to write down. What does growth mean to me? People need to answer that question. What does growth mean to me?
Mm,
Uh,
mm,
help from a higher power often comes through people.
mm,
People, there's a saying, God act through people.
mm.
So
God, the
help.
universe, the cosmos, whatever you call the higher power. Yeah.
Yeah, but it act through people, through another human being. So we have to learn to connect well with other people, to learn from other people, to learn from
Mhm.
people who have done it, who are a few steps ahead of us. That is so wonderful. I can see why that can stop people from reaching out, getting help.
Mm,
By the book called "Your Ego Is Your Enemy." You can read that book to say a lot of
mm,
people think I know my life is okay, but they don't realize that with a little help, with an expert time, it saved them 20 years, 30 years of going around life in default. They can go by design. And the word by design is so much more fun. It
mm,
give me so more
mm.
energy than being drifting down
Yeah.
the stream like a dead
Mm,
fish. I don't want to live that life. And then the goal, the vision have to be good for others. This is so wonderful, this point.
mhm,
And usually we
mhm,
do life, just think too much about us. We think, what do I gain in this? What do I have in this? We go to work thinking, how much do they pay me? But we often don't think, how much can I contribute to this company so that the company will go strong, so that they can pay me more. We usually don't think that way. So even if we think about working to make our company stronger, I contribute to that, then that alone can, give us a higher position, whatever we do. So I love all these questions that you just read out, which is so
thank
amazing.
you.
Thank you.
So Anna, on that note, it's 2:00, so we're off. Thank you
Yep.
everyone for watching the replay. Thank you so much. Get back to us about what you think, and we will see you in 2 weeks for our
Thank
next
you, Karen.
meaningful
See you,
conversation.
everyone. Maybe you
Thank
need a little warm water for
Yeah,
your
I'm
throat.
drinking water. Thanks, Anna.
Yeah. Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye.